Howdy. It's Cloudy. Welcome back to the channel. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't check out my last video, if you like your time today in Cloudyville, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if I ain't seen it already. You know what I'm saying? Today, we got a video from Everything Always. Spider-Man Brand New Day official teaser from Sony Cinema. I'm excited about this, bro. I didn't know they
What's going on, guys? Welcome to.
Before we even start, I was telling y'all, bro, they have to show us a little bit of Spider-Man 4. It's like I feel like that's what they was gonna do at CinemaCon. Apparently, that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? Or at
Everything
least
Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All
So let's
Fires,
see
and
what
as
bro
it
gotta
turns
say
out, the
about it.
Sony
I
CinemaCon
think it
panel
started
did
yesterday.
not disappoint. Not only did they let us know that the final installment of the Spider-Verse is coming on June 4th, 2027, but we did get the highly anticipated Spider-Man 4 official update. They revealed the title. Destin Daniel Cretton, the director, spoke on stage.
Day.
We're gonna break it all down. The title reveal, what it means for the upcoming Spider-Man 4. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, guys, we've been growing at a breakneck pace. Thank you to everyone who subscribed in the last couple of months, and if you haven't already, I just kindly invite you to do so. It's the #1 thing you can do to support us as content creators. Plus, it'll enter you for the giveaways. We'll get into that stuff at the end of the video. Okay, so as officially revealed by Sony at CinemaCon this evening, Spider-Man 4 will officially be named Spider-Man Brand New Day, exclusively in movie theaters July 31st, 2026. Its official billing also has it starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Sadie Sink. So all those rumors about Zendaya possibly not being
Zendaya is gonna be in the movie. She might be in it for like the first 20 minutes of like, you know, Peter probably like following her around like, damn, I miss her, you know, because you know he love her. So that's probably how she gonna be in there, and then Sadie Sink is gonna take over, bro.
In this one, not true. And while Sadie Sink may be cast as a new love interest from Tom Holland, we know somehow, in some way, even though the spell has it so they don't remember each other, Zendaya will be in this movie. Now, obviously, because they haven't started rolling film on this, there was no teaser or footage to show, and they did have the director, again, Destin Daniel Cretton, out on stage. That's the guy who directed Shang-Chi. He's helming this movie. And outside of the industry insider confirmation that Sadie Sink was joining the film before the Hollywood trades got around to confirming it last week, we really don't know much about where this film's direction is going. Now, I will issue the lightest of spoiler warning because we've had a lot in the way of rumors or industry insider updates, including that there is a female villain that was listed on the casting grid. There was also 2 other roles.
Bro, it's a lot of people allegedly gonna be in this movie. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is gonna be a 3-hour Spider-Man movie, and I'm honestly okay with that. You know, what I am mad about, I'm mad they didn't make no damn trailer, bro. I feel like they had something they could have gave a little trailer or a teaser. You know what I mean? They could have gave a teaser. You know, they could have showed us like a 45-second clip of Spider-Man swinging through the neighborhood, possibly shooting at somebody, shooting his webs at somebody. You know what I'm saying? Not a gun. You feel me? But they didn't do that. So I'm wondering what else, like they explain, bro. I think Zendaya only gonna be in there for about 20 minutes, bro. I think Zendaya's role is just gonna be Peter following her around to make sure she's straight and everything after the fact that she don't remember him and stuff. And it's gonna be him like being hesitant on telling her like, you know, this was our life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be that. He's gonna be following her around for like the first 20 minutes of the movie or something like that. Or probably like throughout the movie, he gonna like check in on her, make sure she's straight, and then swing away. You know what I mean? That's what I think is gonna happen. I don't think Sadie Sink gonna be the love interest, bro. I really don't think so.
One of which really looked like Harry Osborn.
I think she might
but the
know
casting grid that had Sadie Sink confirmed for it
she
certainly read like MJ, although that's not confirmed. Obviously, that's Zendaya's role. This would be Mary Jane. And for the female villain, they were looking for a female in her 30s to 50s. And weeks before, Daniel RPK had tweeted out a picture in regards to the scoop of Spider-Queen. Now, we covered her here at the channel, but that is not the news as of late. And again, another spoiler warning if you don't want to wade deeper into this video for what the industry insiders are saying are going on. But the guy who broke that Sadie Sink might be joining Marvel, although he had her as Jean Grey, is the same guy who nailed Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom 2 months early. That's Jeff Snyder.
We're looking for adults.
Recently indicated that real likely the villain in Spider-Man 4 is actually Spider-Man's very first villain, the Chameleon, although they wouldn't call him that because he was already in Kraven. Now, I find that really hard to believe, also because we sort of know that there is a contractual thing.
See, this is why I got a problem with Sony, bro. Sony, y'all need to give Disney and Marvel the rights to some, bro. So what they gonna call Chameleon, bro? The Mask? They can't call him that, bro. Somebody already, Jim Carrey was that already. What they gonna call him? Like real talk. Oh, maybe they can call him like Two-Face or something like that because he can switch his faces. You know, maybe they can call him that or something like that. I feel like that would be a okay name. But Chameleon was a fire name, bro. The fact that we can't use a name because Sony used it in their movie Crave, bro, that's kind of wicked, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that's a little wicked.
About Sony using
wicked,
villains
bro.
and them not being able
Y'all
to
can
show
make
up
bread
in Marvel
together.
and vice versa. So I sort of find that hard to believe, but also you could see where that would actually be a great way to work in a lot of villains and a lot of different
See,
characters.
this is why I think Tom Holland's in there negotiating his contract so he can have these villains in his movie. And I think that's what he probably negotiating right now with Sony,
As
bro.
obviously he would take on
Real
all
talk,
of those
'cause
identities, and it would pay homage again to one of the
it's gonna be
original
hard to do a
Rogues
lot of
Gallery
these
Spider-Man
movies
villains,
without some
one
of
that's
those
never been done. Now, this obviously hasn't been confirmed. This is coming from Jeff Snyder, but his sources definitely have hit on the head very, very often here recently, and this is what he's saying is going to be the villain of the film. But that wasn't all. The latest rumors say that this film, Spider-Man 4, will actually take place simultaneously or running parallel to the events of Avengers Doomsday, and that might have something to do with Tom Holland's absence from the film. Now, I don't know if I believe all that, because I think Marvel Studios knows that having Tom Holland's Spider-Man in Avengers 5, where it had already been rumored he would play a huge role in both of these films, I think they're not going to miss the opportunity to get him involved, and it's very likely in Avengers Secret Wars, we'll see all three of the Spider-Men, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, back. But there are rumors that he'll be so busy filming with the Odyssey and Spider-Man 4 this year that he just will not be able to make it to the set of Doomsday, and instead, Spider-Man 4 will be set during the very same time. To me, if there's any truth in that at all, that spells a villain of Doctor Doom, or at least them using some of the real estate in Spider-Man 4 to develop the Doomsday storyline, focus some of the film on Doom. So it would be interesting to see how any other villain, be it Spider-Queen or the Chameleon, would work into the landscape of what should be going on during Doomsday, but it would also help explain why this would still be set in New York and pre-Battleworld, because
see, like I said in my last video, if you ain't seen my other, go check it out. You know what I'm saying? I really think Doctor Doom is going to be the main villain all the way until the end of Avengers Secret Wars, bro. That's what I think. Because I feel like he can't just be a villain in Avengers Doomsday and then he don't show up in Spider-Man 4 or Avengers Secret Wars. I think Secret Wars is going to be when Doctor Doom decides to get the X-Men to go against the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? He decides to go back in time, do whatever he got to do to get the X-Men to go against the Avengers. That's what I think the Secret Wars are going to be. And then at the end of Secret Wars, the X-Men is going to end up teaming up with the Avengers, realizing Doctor Doom is the bad guy or whatever the case is. And it's going to be like kind of a what do you call it? A recall of events. I'm going to just say that because I know the word, but it's not rolling off the tongue right now. But it's going to be just like Endgame, kind of, where Doctor Doom is a big villain and he going to lose his, Thanos going to lose all his out. But, Doctor Doom is going to be the one fighting the X-Men and them at the end of Secret Wars. You know what I'm saying? And I think Doctor Doom is going to be the one bringing in villains to fight Spider-Man, probably like test him to see if he'll be a good person to bring in, or probably test him to see how well he does with the Venom in this system, or whatever the case is, bro. But Doctor Doom is going to be the main villain. He's going to be the one pulling the strings, bro. Going to be the philanthropist. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing.
Once we get to the end of Doomsday, and if Doom is in any way successful, the landscape of the entire MCU, of the entire multiverse, will be in such shambles. And I think that makes it a lot easier on Spider-Man 4 to be pre-Battleworld, pre the end of Doomsday, rather than try to work them in between, because then obviously every single detail, the setting, everything is dictated by whatever happens at the end of Doomsday. Now, speaking of which, and according to the same industry insider, they still haven't finished the Avengers Doomsday script, and you have to imagine that's sort of the holdup for Spider-Man 4.
Hey, real talk, bro. I be trying to play Magic in Marvel Rivals, bro. She do not fight how she fight in the movie, bro, and it be making me mad because when I don't use her, other people play well, but when I use her, bro, I had to put that out there because I'm seeing this right now. I'm like, bro, she don't do none of this in a game, bro, when I use her, bro.
And Secret Wars and anything else coming that has to work around this, until they know some of their chess pieces, where they'll start and where they'll end. I'm sure the writers on Spider-Man 4 have been patiently waiting for updates for specific details about how to work this all out. And honestly, this news now about it being pre-Battleworld makes that so much easier on the writers. I strongly believe that that's the case. Now, I don't think it means that he won't be somewhat in Doomsday, but then again, I wouldn't totally be shocked, because at some rate, not every character is even going to have time for dialogue, let alone being in the film. There are a lot of other characters to get to. I just find it so hard to believe that in this, one of the biggest films ever, Spider-Man wouldn't be included. Still, we saw the first round of announcements, and it looked pretty clearly like they're setting up an X-Men vs. Avengers. Maybe there's no room for Spider-Man in the midst of all that. Now, what I will say is that even though they've broken the trend of using home in the title and it's Brand New Day now, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure that's been a fan logo floating around on the internet for a while, they went back to the original color scheme of yellow, red, and blue from the original Homecoming logo. So there is a bit of sort of circular, if you want to call it, imagery there. Still, I'm really glad they broke that title down, and the place that they left Peter Parker in the end of Spider-Man No Way Home definitely made it feel like this is exactly the type of feel and vibe that we would get going into the next film. Now that we find out most likely it's pre-Battle World and maybe even the first Spider-Man villain in Chameleon, it's really feeling like old school Spidey all over again. And if they throw in a Mary Jane and then a couple of Osborns, man, we'll be right there. You guys let me know all your thoughts though down below. Are you liking
I don't know, man. It's gonna be hella characters in this movie. You know what I mean? And the fact that they calling it Brand New Day, I feel like the title itself is giving them a lot of wiggle room to throw some curveballs at us in the movie, you know, that hasn't been thrown at us before, you know. So I think it's gonna be good. You know, I think the title itself is kind of letting everybody know, like, it's gonna be a lot of new stuff popping into this movie, you know, because we gotta cram some stuff in this movie, which I feel like if they cram a lot of characters into this movie, bro, it won't be bad if they go about it the right way. But then again, I know they do want a lot of characters to kind of make their appearance, you know, before Secret Wars come up. This is why I say, bro, I'm thinking they're gonna have TV shows and stuff like that after Spider-Man 4. I'm thinking they're gonna have at least 2 or 3 TV shows, you know what I'm saying, to kind of show us some of these characters before Secret Wars. I think it would be smart for them to do. I know it's a lot of work, but hey, y'all Marvel.